The year is 480 BC. The Persian Empire, under the command of the god King Xerxes, has amassed the largest army the world has ever seen. Their goal, the complete subjugation of Greece. City-state after city-state either falls or bows in submission. All of Greece trembles, its flickering flame of democracy and freedom on the verge of being extinguished forever. But one state stands defiant: Sparta. Sparta was a society forged in the crucible of discipline and war. From the age of 7, boys were taken from their families and entered the agoge, a brutal training regimen designed to craft the perfect soldier. They were taught to endure pain, to scorn luxury, and to view death in battle not as a tragedy, but as the ultimate glory. The result was the hoplite, the most feared warrior of the ancient world. At the head of this warrior society stood King Leonidas, a man who was the living embodiment of Spartan ideals. He was not a king who ruled from a gilded throne, but a soldier who fought alongside his men. As Xerxes' army snaked its way down the Greek coast, a council of Greek states was held. Panic and indecision reigned. Many argued for surrender, believing resistance was futile. It was Leonidas who silenced the dissent. He knew a direct confrontation was impossible, but he also knew that the spirit of Greece needed a symbol, a rallying cry. He needed to buy time for the rest of Greece to mobilize its forces. The oracle at Delphi had given a grim prophecy: either a Spartan king must die, or Sparta itself would be destroyed. For Leonidas, the choice was clear. He would be the sacrifice. Due to a religious festival, the full Spartan army was forbidden from marching. So Leonidas handpicked his personal bodyguard of 300 men. These were not just any soldiers, they were the elite of the elite. All veterans, and crucially, all had living sons to carry on their family lines. This was a death mission, and every man knew it. They were not marching to victory. They were marching to their glorious end, to become a legend that would inspire a nation. Their destination was a narrow coastal pass known as Thermopylae, or the Hot Gates. Here, the mountains met the sea, creating a bottleneck so tight that only a few men could fight abreast. It was the perfect choke point. The massive numbers of the Persian army would mean nothing here. It would be a battle of skill, courage, and endurance, a contest the Spartans were born for. They were joined by a few thousand other Greeks, including Thespians and Thebans, all drawn by the sheer audacity of the Spartan king. Upon arriving, the Spartans and their allies fortified a small wall known as the Phocian Wall, turning the narrow pass into a veritable fortress of bronze and muscle. When the Persian host arrived, the sheer scale was breathtaking. The land and sea groaned under the weight of Xerxes' war machine. He sent emissaries to Leonidas, offering to spare their lives if they would lay down their weapons. Leonidas' reply has echoed through millennia: Molin Labe, come and get them. For 2 days, the battle raged. Xerxes, watching from a nearby throne, threw wave after wave of his soldiers into the pass. First came the Medes and Scythians, who were cut down in droves. The Spartans fought in a tight phalanx formation, their large bronze shields, the aspis, interlocking to form an unbreakable wall. Their long spears, the dory, jabbed out from behind this wall, creating a killing zone from which few escaped. They were masters of feigned retreats, luring the Persians into a disorganized charge before turning suddenly to slaughter them. The ground became slick with blood, the pile of bodies forming a gruesome new barrier. Frustrated, Xerxes unleashed his elite royal guard, the 10,000 immortals. They were said to be the best fighters in the empire, but against the Spartans. They too were dashed against a wall of bronze and iron. For 2 days, the handful of Greeks held the might of the Persian Empire at bay. Xerxes was said to have leaped from his throne in fury 3 times as he watched his finest troops get decimated. The 300 were proving that even a god king could bleed. But victory born of courage can be undone by betrayal. A local Greek named Ephialtes, hoping for a rich reward, showed the Persians a hidden mountain path that would bypass the Spartan position. When Leonidas learned of the betrayal, he knew the end had come. He dismissed the other Greek contingents, ordering them to fall back and warn the other cities. He and his 300 Spartans would remain. They were joined by 700 Thespians, who bravely chose to share their fate, and 400 Thebans held as hostages. Their final stand was not about strategy anymore. It was about honor. On the third day, surrounded on all sides, the Spartans fought with a fury born of desperation and destiny. They were no longer defending the pass. They were exacting a blood price for their own lives. Leonidas, fighting at the forefront, finally fell. A vicious fight erupted over his body, with the remaining Spartans pushing the Persians back 4 times to retrieve their king. Their spears shattered. They fought with their short swords, the xiphos. When their swords broke, they fought with their bare hands and teeth, a final, primal act of defiance. In the end, overwhelmed by sheer numbers and a rain of arrows, the last Spartan fell. They died to the last man, fulfilling their king's purpose. They did not win the battle, but their sacrifice won the war. The story of their incredible bravery at Thermopylae spread like wildfire across Greece. They had shown that the Persians were not invincible. Inspired by their stand, the united Greek city-states rallied. Shortly after, the Greek navy smashed the Persian fleet at the Battle of Salamis, and the following year, a combined Greek army, led by the Spartans, crushed the remaining Persian forces at the Battle of Platae, ending the invasion for good. The 300 did not die in vain. They died to protect a future they would never see, a world where ideas of freedom, democracy, and individual liberty could flourish. They became a symbol, an eternal testament to the idea that a few brave souls, committed to a cause greater than themselves, can stand against a tide of tyranny and change the world. The legacy of Leonidas and his men is a powerful reminder of what courage and sacrifice can achieve. If you found this story as inspiring as we do, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more epic tales from history, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay curious.